It's Supergirl again on the Geeky Puppet Show. Hello, everybody. My name is Puppetine, and in the darkness, you can see he's hiding in there. Where is he? Where is he? Froggy! Froggy? Froggy? Froggy!
What? What?
You scared me. Did you fall asleep?
No.
What happened?
I was trying to avoid this.
No, there's no avoiding Supergirl. This is a special episode, indeedly do.
Yeah, it really tugged on my heartstrings.
It's, After last week, Lex Luthor has returned. And for some reason, he is helping Nixley. We are unsure as to why. But now
I know why.
We learn. Well, tell us why.
Because they need to keep bringing back him because he's the most popular villain.
And he's a great, great actor. He is the best Lex Luthor. Unfortunately, the reason why he wants to help Nixley is because apparently after the whole debacle at the beginning of this season, he went to the future. Yes, and he met All-Stone Nixley, which means Nixley got all the totems and she won, but she ends up dying. And so he's come back to help her on her quest and prevent her death.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all because he loves her, man. He really loves her. He's smitten.
Yep.
Listen, this show, it's rough to explain what we go through whenever we watch it. But we're going to do our best to finish our coverage. Because what they ultimately decide to do, Nixley doesn't trust Lex, so she just zoops away. And from then on, we get to see Supergirl as they're trying to figure out how they're going to handle the situation from here. Because Nixley with Lex Luthor, that is a whole nother level of power.
Yeah, the power of love. It's the power of love. It's Kirsten.
And they're trying to find the love totem, you know? And they end up going, okay? But this is after Alex shows off the engagement ring that just came in for,
she wants to propose to Kelly. We finally get a throwback to the alien bar from like 3 or 4 seasons ago.
Yep, that's just been ignored.
Yep, and and some guy named Al who is a bar owner, and she goes to rent, go basically. Alex wants to reserve it, but he tells her unfortunately it's already been reserved, and at this point we all kind of know well, she wants to propose, but you can't because somebody reserved it. So at this point we're like, oh, I wonder who could have reserved it. We find out later on, and then this is spoilers for those who haven't watched it yet, because it is, it was on yesterday, but it was Kelly. Kelly reserved it.
Oh, yay!
And the little girl was in on it the whole entire time.
Yep.
She knew.
She knew, and she lied.
And they both had rings.
Mommy.
Except, what's her name didn't have a ring. When Alex went to go pull it out to propose, she had a love totem. It was in her pocket.
Because the interaction they had earlier around the love totem, it disappeared whenever they tried to grab it.
Actually, no, it didn't. No, they didn't try to grab it.
Whenever Lex tried to grab it, it disappeared.
No. Nixley tried to grab it, but it disappeared because she's not pure love.
And apparently, Alex is. But because they realize they have the love totem, who comes down? A newly formed Nixley and Lex, even though she's still like, I don't trust you, but I'll use your help. I'll use you, fine. And
only after Lex kidnapped her partner, the alien partner, Nixley's partner, and told him, here, these are this, you can go find stuff, but don't tell her you got this information from me.
Yep. And we get to see as the team decides that they're going to use the totems from here on to try to defeat Nixley and Lex. From there,
they really want to focus on what's her name? Katie McGrath's character, Lena, using magic to protect Supergirl from losing her humanity because she wants to use humanity totem on them and give Nixley basically humanity. But but something happens and Lex interferes, and then
because Lex is like, "No, you can't let this can't happen." As the final shot's about to go, he drops the love totem.
Well, it gets blasted by the courage totem and it becomes a black hockey puck. And I gotta say, that's really bad design is because it looks like a urinal cake with designs on it. When first the love totem.
There's a speech at the end after they have done this, and Alex says how it doesn't matter if her love is black now. It doesn't matter because she still loves
everyone here in the room.
Yeah. But we get to see Lex and Nixley finally admits that, okay, I guess we could be friends because Lex says how he loves the future.
He finally admits it because she calls him out. How did you know?
Yep.
And he finally admits that his future, his Nixley, she won, she got the totem, but and she basically changed him. And they became a good guy because the guy he's usually doesn't care about anybody himself. She changed him. He became a better, more compassionate person, and he's back to basically prevent her death.
Yep. And then he points out that it doesn't matter because the love totem was destroyed, so a new one will emerge soon because the hope totem is, whenever it was destroyed by the sun, went into a new item. So it's going to move into a new item. And that's when we see Kelly and Alex with their daughter, their newly adopted daughter, and a small flower starts to appear on the back of her neck.
It looks like a urinal cake.
Well,
with a swirl.
Yeah. And so that is what's going to end up happening. We also, for those who care about William,
I just want to quickly before you go that I just want to say this episode felt like a big filler, just rushing, just to tie up plots. They really want to have a really happy ending. Want to have with Alex this season. They really they knew because of the last season. Alex finally is probably getting married. She finally has adopted a kid. They want to write her off as having a happy ending. Supergirl quit being a reporter. I don't know if that's going to change, if she's going to stay just a Supergirl and not being a reporter. So they're really tying up loose ends from plots that were basically from many seasons ago. And get back to William. Talk about William, and how he's basically upset with what's her name from Catco? That basically the boss, because she's gonna print stuff that's not true. He wants to verify that it's actually Lex Luthor, and she's like, "Well, you have the rest of the day to do it. Otherwise, you're not." I'm thinking he should just put his foot down and be like, "Well, you can run that story, and I'll just go to another paper." Because it's all it is, causing confusion, and it's she's attaching his name to it, so it drags him down in the mud. Yep. So then she gets she's upset. Yeah. So you remember. People forget before the whole crisis signal, she had that totem that allowed her to go sneak through places, like a shadow thing,
into the shadows,
like Shade almost, and disappear anywhere.
Yeah, except she doesn't have the cool costume that Shade has.
No, but she does have a cool costume though.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting.
It kind of reminds you of the Black Scorpion from that sci-fi show back in the early 2000s.
She comes in through the shadow and she's looking through it looks like a notebook.
It looks like a journal. It might be Lex's.
Maybe. I didn't actually get to read it because they only show up for a second. I guess I should have paused it, tried to read it all. But
it was all in cursive and scribbled. I don't think you could. It's just gibberish.
Okay. Well, so they're setting up that the things are going to be found out. William, in the next episode, it looks like he has been kidnapped. Dun, dun, dun. And so we're going to have to go through that. There's only, what did they say? 4 episodes left? 4 episodes?
I thought there's 2 episodes left.
3. It's an even 20, I think.
Okay, I thought there was only 2 left. That's what I read.
No, you're getting your hopes up. There's 3 episodes left, and then we are going to be done. But that is about it. This show is not great. No, it's not great at all. But I'm going to go ahead and get these, get the ticker up and go ahead and read it a little bit.
And you did you get the last part?
What?
The last part in here, it says Ida Joe's.
I don't see that. I don't see that. Yes, so
It's
please
in Frog Latin. You can't read it.
like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out the Ko-Fi. We do comic book readings coming out here. The Long Halloween is about to be finished up, and then we have exciting new things coming out. You're going to have to wait and see. Also, check out Graphic Man. He has the 4-colored fossils with our very special, our lovable Mr. Breen. He is there, so be sure to check that out. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. For Froggy and myself, one last thank you before we say bye.
And remember, tie your shoelaces.